All right, joining me via Zoom, very excited about this interview. He is a nominee for the Cousy Award, which goes to the nation's top point guard, all Big Ten guard last year, now a member of the University of Texas. Marcus Carr is joining the Aaron Torres podcast. Marcus, how you doing today, man?
Doing well. I'm doing well. Can't complain at all.
First of all, there's a lot of guys that, in this world of the world that we live in college basketball, they're in new places this year. You didn't get to Austin, I believe, until I think like the middle of July. So how does it just feel, first of all, to just hear Marcus Carr, Texas Longhorn? What's the first thing you think of when you hear or see that?
Surreal, to be honest. Like you said, definitely never thought, I would be here, especially starting out my journey. But, I'm here now and I couldn't be more excited.
So take us through the actual process. I mean, we understand, you individually had a great season at Minnesota last year. There were highs and lows. Coach Pitino's unfortunately let go. And you kind of you declare for the draft and go through the draft process. And I think at the time, very publicly, we're saying my focus is on being a pro, but I want to leave this option open to return to college. So take us through it, because I do believe there was a point even in the summer where it seemed pretty like you were definitively going to pursue a professional option. Take us through the entire process from the beginning to kind of how really more the NBA draft process and the transfer process is really the best way to put it.
Right. Well, going in, I did put my name in the portal just kind of as, I guess a safety net kind of thing. That's how me and my people called it. But, my focus was definitely 10 toes, in the draft, trying to make my dream a reality and get to the next level. Going through that process was fun. I learned a lot, got a lot of feedback. And, once you kind of realized that I might be coming back to school, we started looking at our options. And I had already actually been in touch with Coach since the spring when he first got to Texas. And, he let me know that, I was definitely a guy that they wanted, and he respected that I was going through the process and respectfully gave me my space, but at the same time still let me know that, I was a priority for them. And, we just kind of built our relationship from there. And I kind of just kept one eye on what he was building and the team he was putting together. And it's obviously pretty special. So, once it came down to decide and I decided I was coming back, it's kind of a no-brainer for me. Me and Coach had a relationship. I seen the great team that he put together, and, our goals really aligned in what we were trying to do. So, it was Texas.
So dumb question, guys like me in the media talk about portal, this, that. What is it like when you put your name in the transfer portal? I mean, obviously, I know you sometimes may have a point of contact. Coaches might not be reaching out to you directly, but even knowing that you were pursuing professional options, what is the first day or two like once that name, whoever it is in compliance, officially hits click and your name is in that portal?
It's crazy. It's definitely haywire. Everybody reaching out to you at one time, it's kind of different because you're getting recruited all over again, but it's kind of like jam-packed. In high school, it might be a little spread out. I really getting, calls from everybody every single day, but, when your name's in the transfer portal and coaches see that name, it's like they're all trying to hit you up that same day. So it was definitely pretty hectic and overwhelming, but it was fun.
How is the recruitment different? You're a grown man now. You're 22, 23. I've talked to other players, the bells and whistles, the facilities, all this. And then Texas has incredible facilities. We all know that. But, for a player of your stature, it feels like the gear and the this and the that, it isn't as important as it was when you're 17, 18 years old. So to be re-recruited this time at 22, 23 years old, how different was that as opposed to when you were 16, 17, 18 the first time around?
I said just that. It was super different. Not a lot of the fluff. Not really talking about gear, facilities, or any of that stuff. It was really just about plans and goals and how we could execute those and how they align. So definitely a lot of different conversations, more basketball oriented, and obviously in a shorter time frame. But me and Coach built a great relationship throughout it, and it was pretty fun.
So, you mentioned a few times the relationship with Coach. I mean, as you're going through the draft process, when you decided to come back, I mean, you put out a list of 4 schools, but it sounds like Texas was the leader from the beginning. I don't want to put words in your mouth, and there were three obviously other great schools, but was Texas always kind of the spot that made the most sense for you? When you decided to come back, was it Texas or bust? Did you really seriously consider other places, or was it pretty much, I've been in touch with Coach this entire time, he's respected me, and not to say the other coaches didn't respect you, but that he gave me his space, and that relationship was built over the last 2-3 months while I was testing the draft process?
Right. I mean, I would definitely say that Texas was pretty much at the top of the list the whole time. Kind of like I said, and like you referred to, he gave me my space, but we were still able to build a relationship. And just the team he was putting together was super special. And I did consider other schools just to weigh my options and see what else was out there, just to make sure I was being thorough and doing my due diligence. But Texas was definitely a place that I wanted to go from the start.
Very good. First of all, what is Coach Beard like, right? I mean, we in the media, and I've spent some time around him. I've interviewed him. He's always been great to me. But, we see this guy on the sideline that has had so much success in such a short amount of time. And then he comes to Texas. And as you said, you monitored who he's bringing in, the types of players, the types of talent, guys like yourself. I know you're at Big 12 Media Days. I didn't even mention, but, Timmy Allen is with you, a fellow all-conference player at a power conference school. What is Coach like behind the scenes? Because it feels like he's a million miles an hour all the time, but it feels like I'll lay out because it sounds like, you got some good stories.
Coach is definitely Coach is Coach. Like, everything that, people say about him, he's super detail oriented, always, thinking about the game, always thinking about winning for sure. But, he definitely has his fun too. Coach is a jokester. He likes to crack jokes and have fun. But, it definitely is all about winning most of the time.
You mentioned the group that he's put together. Tell us about some of your new teammates.
I could really go down the line about all of them, to be honest. But I guess starting with, Timmy. TA is I played against him before, but always been a fan of his game and the way he's worked. But getting to be his teammate and hearing his story and then, competing with him every single day in practice has been amazing. He's a great player. He does everything on the court. Trey, another super talented player, super skillful, 3-level scorer. That's going to help us a lot. Then we got Christian, great athlete, airspace guy, defender. Can really drive to the rim as well, and starting to expand his game, being able to shoot. So he's going to help us a lot. And of course, we got Dev coming from Kentucky, learning a lot from last year and coming in, just being a pest, being a dog on defensive end and making plays. And obviously, we got Courtney coming back, a huge piece for us coming back, being able to score the ball and defend at a high level. Just have a great motor. And Drew, obviously one of the great scorers from the conference, and he's coming back and adding more things to his game. So that's going to be exciting playing with him. And then we got Brock, a great energy guy coming in and really does a lot for the team. Rebounds, brings toughness, a great defender and a great team guy, just always out there talking to people. We got JT, young guy coming in, freshman, super talented, bro. The ceiling for him is crazy. We say it all the time. Like, it might not seem like it, bro, because you playing with all of us and all older guys. And, it might seem a little different, but, he runs his own race and keeps working, which he does. He's going to have a bright future.
Let me ask you, I'll ask you a super nerdy college basketball question that only 7 people will get, but who has more energy on a day-to-day basis, Brock Cunningham or Avery Benson?
Ooh.
Good one, right?
Oh, like that might be a tie. That might be a tie. Brock and AB, they bring it every day for sure. Those are 2 guys you can always count on to have the energy for sure.
Fantastic. Couple quick questions. We'll get you out of here. First one, what was it like for you personally to step in? So much talent, but as I referenced at the top, you went through the process as you should have, got all your feedback, but, you kind of showed up to campus a little bit later than the rest of the guys. I mean, obviously, I know they embraced you, all that stuff, but what is it like as a player of your caliber? We know what you've accomplished at your stops across college basketball, but to get in so late, to have to learn everything new, I mean, it seems like it's going well. It seems like you and the guys are getting along great, but just curious how that process works, just because it's not often that you get a player of your caliber making a decision, then showing up in whatever it was beginning the middle of July.
Right. It's been like I said, they've embraced me. It's been fun. There's definitely, an adjustment period just to, style of play and how things worked. But, coach and the whole staff and the guys all worked with me to, get me integrated. It was a lot of film work, a lot of work in the film room, either, showing practice clips or even, stuff from tech, just kind of getting to understand conceptually, what would be going on defensively and offensively. And, once it clicked, it just clicked. And, I would say I'm completely comfortable out there now. And I'm definitely caught up and up to speed. So it's been fun.
Last couple questions, and they're kind of in the same vein. You went through the whole roster, insane talent there. I've talked about it on this show at length, the group that Coach Beard has put together. But there is kind of a narrative. Are there too many talented guys? You have multiple returnees, multiple all-conference guys. What would you say to somebody that says, you guys are good, maybe you're too good because you got 10, 11 guys that can play on any given night?
Right. I mean, we get this question a lot in terms of, kind of just that or even just chemistry. But I think people would be surprised to know that, that's definitely not this far from the problem. Coaches constantly in practice having to get us to shoot more. Like literally we're all super unselfish guys, and we're all kind of focused on this winning goal, and we understand, how we're going to have to play together. So, guys are constantly just passing up shots that we would have took in a heartbeat last year and trying to get each other, better shots. So, like I said, it's been fun playing with these guys and going at each other every single day. And, I don't think chemistry is going to be the problem for us at all.
Is that something you personally, I mean, you've had individual success. You were at Minnesota for several years, Pitt. You haven't had the great team success, though. It's not a criticism of you in any way, Coach Pitino, anything like that. But, you now have a team that is ranked in the top 5 coming into the preseason with a lot of excitement around it. How important is it for you to not only continue to evolve as a basketball player, put yourself in position to get drafted next year, but to have on-the-court win-loss success as well?
Super important. Like you said, it hasn't happened for me on this level yet. And, I consider myself a winner. I've won all my life. So, I definitely don't want to kind of leave without having my imprint on college basketball. I want to go out on top, want to go out, on Monday night cutting down the net. So, I want to win at the highest level, and I want to be remembered for, being a winner.
Last one, I just mentioned it. AP poll came out this week. You guys are in the top 5, man. You guys are in the top 5. We know what Texas football means to that university. How much buzz can you guys feel on campus and in the fan base with what you guys have the potential to do on the basketball court?
It's been huge. A lot part to, what Coach has been doing around campus and in the community to, kind of rejuvenate it and revive it. But, can definitely feel a lot of energy and hype and buzz around our team. People are excited. They see the roster as well. And obviously they see, what's being written and the polls and things like that. But, we're just focused on, playing the best that we can, being the hardest playing team, the toughest playing team, and getting better every single day so that, we can go out and perform for the fans at Frank Irwin.
Marcus Carr, Bob Cousy Award. Again, the nominees were announced earlier this week among the top point guards in college basketball. We'll find out if you're the top one by the end of the year. Would not surprise me if you got that award. And we're talking again in April, May. Hopefully we'll be talking in April at the Final Four in New Orleans. But Marcus, man, I appreciate the time. Big 12 Media Days, Texas basketball. This was great. Thank you for the time. Thank you for making a little bit of time to speak with us, and we'll talk soon, okay?
Sir, thank you.